Hey there, crazy kids. I am the Good Old Gamer, and we're playing more Minecraft, the official release on Good Old Risa, which is also the seed for the world, in case you're wondering. Play. Not really sure what I'm going to do today. Still getting settled into the world, getting some starting resources, supplies, all that good stuff. And of course, it's still raining, which is always fantastic. What do I have? One bit of iron, that's not enough. Put away the pumpkin, sugar canes, flesh. Put away part of the dirt for now. Gravel. Cobblestone there. Coal there. Put the logs up for now. Alright, what do I want to do? Let me guess, nighttime? Yes, nighttime. I guess I'll just, well, one thing I'm gonna do is, make some stairs. I guess I'll continue the mine shaft thing, even though I'm not a terribly big fan of mine shafts. I'd much rather cave, but alright. Well, at least we can get up here easier now. I made a few too many stairs for that little thing, but whatever. I'm sure they'll come in useful at some point. I guess I'll just keep mining here. I'm not a big fan of mines, but it's looking like maybe this may come in useful. I'm really hoping when it turns day we can go out and see if we can find a cave somewhere, because I'm much more of a spelunker. Oh, maybe we'll find a cave right here. That's a bonus. Oh, hello. Feel free to die sometime. Thank you. Well then, not all hope is lost. Now we just get to spam some torches up in here. Zombie gets to kill himself. Oh, and we get a ravine too. Fantastic. Nice. Well, forget my mineshaft idea. It's just a stairway down to the Cave of Awesome. Or Ravine of Awesome, or whatever it's gonna be. Nice. Another ravine? Well, there certainly are a lot of them. Alrighty then. I'll come back for all of these resources. This iron is going to come in handy. There's so much iron right around here that I passed up already. It's going to come in really handy, but I'm just going to light this area up so we can claim it as our own. Nice. And here I thought I was going to have a boring mine shaft, but it was really just a stairway to the awesome resources. Spider dungeon! Cobblestone right here. And I hear spiders, so I assume it's a spider dungeon, specifically. Not that we particularly need a spider dungeon, especially if we happen to find an abandoned mine or stronghold, because there'll be cobwebs everywhere, and we can get our string that way, if we really need string. But I suppose the spider dungeon could come in handy as a way to get wool, since apparently I've been told that sheep don't regrow their wool yet. It would be much more handy to gather string from something like a spider dungeon and turn that into wool instead. And I guess in a certain way that does make the spider dungeon traps fairly useful. Much more useful than, you know, I would certainly give them credit for most of the time. Because once you have, you know, a few string for your fishing pole or bow, by the time you need another to make more of those, you'll surely have fought enough spiders to get it, just in exploring and whatnot. Alright, let's go this way first. This is why I love spelunking. This is why I love cave exploring. All of these resources are right here. You don't have to trudge through, you know, 50 tons of cobble and dirt to get to a 4-block thing of iron. You can have 20 pieces of iron in the course of a cave, even upwards of a full stack. That's not to say mining doesn't have its uses. Certainly, when it comes to things like diamonds, mining ends up more efficient over time. You end up getting more diamonds that way usually, but in terms of just the more every use resources like iron and coal, you just end up getting more quickly through caves. Or at least I found that to be the case anyway. And we're going to get a lot of iron and a lot of coal in this one particular cave system we found here. I mean, I've bypassed a lot of it already just lighting this place up, so there's going to be a lot to get. Again, I'm just kind of lighting the area up for now. I'll come back to gather this stuff at my leisure once we have it lit up. Oh man, looks like I'm gonna have to go get some coal because I am running low, so I might as well go to this first. This seems to be one of the shorter cave tunnels. Another reason I like caving over mining is because I tend to play this game while I'm making YouTube videos, so it tends to be more interesting for you, the viewer, to watch me fight the monsters especially like when they surprise me and I end up screaming like a girl, but whatever. Um, it's something more interesting for you guys to watch when I'm spelunking versus just straight up mining. I mean, I know YouTubers that will mine. Oh, hello, random other cave. Who will prefer to mine. Cage848 is one of those, and he'll do a lot of his mining off Fraps because he recognizes that it's fairly boring to watch. And if you're going to mine on Fraps, it then becomes a matter of finding things to talk about in your commentary, because your commentary is what carries straight up mining videos. Even these cave explorations like I'm doing now can end up revolving a lot around commentary and that taking over. Because like right now I managed to light up a good portion of this cave before the enemy mobs could spawn. And now I'm gathering resources and stuff, so it's essentially another form of mining, which means I'm going to have to sit here and find things to talk about, or else go into the editing process and just speed up the footage. But I don't really like to do that a whole lot, because that's not giving this game, or any game, justice to skip over or speed through the boring stuff. It's alright to do it every once in a while. You know, I've done it every once in a while, spit up through something playing Minecraft, but for me, generally, that's because I end up having like microphone problems or something, and I don't realize it until I've recorded an entire recording session, and there hasn't, unfortunately, been any commentary. So I might as well speed it up, get you guys through the, you know, hour recording session, whatever it is. As quickly as possible, and yet show the whole process, so I'll speed it up for you. Because I know a lot of you, no matter what I do in the game, whether I'm fighting enemies or not, a lot of you watch for whatever reason, for the commentary itself, and so I just keep that kind of footage and I speed it up for those interested in the actual process of building or mining or whatever it is I happen to do at the time that I unfortunately don't get commentary recorded for. And we're getting a lot of diamond right now. This is gonna be a big boost. Just even if I don't explore another part of the cave system here, just what we have so far, the resources I've gathered already, or essentially gathered by walking past, it's gonna be a lot. I can tell that this iron that we're going to get right here alone is going to last us for quite a while, which is very handy actually, especially considering that weapons in the game are weaker, substantially weaker than they have been, and iron, especially like in my experience, iron armor. I don't know about leather armor since the release of the game. I haven't used it, but iron armor has become more resilient. I don't know if it's because the durability on it has a different factor to it than it used to. I don't know if it's because like maybe the durability is factored only by the number of, or the number of hits it takes versus, you know, a certain amount of damage it takes or something. But it's in any respect, it seems to be a lot more resilient than it used to be. It seems to last a lot longer. I mean, considering this, look, I have just a pair of iron boots and all the combat that I've been in, and they're barely even damaged. So yeah, iron's going to be a lot more useful to us. one benefit to having so much iron in the game now is that once we get a fairly decent supply of it started, like we're going to have here, I can start to use iron stuff more often, iron tools. And that means mining will go faster, each of the tools will last longer. I don't know if I'm going to get into repairing the tools and armor. I'm pretty sure you can do that now. Put two of the same items in the crafting area, as long as they have some durability loss, and then you get one fully repaired item back. But I don't know how much I'll be doing that because iron is everywhere. I mean, just look at it, it's everywhere. Another reason that I'm going to start using iron tools is because I don't use a lot of stuff like minecart tracks that takes quite a bit of iron. I probably won't even use a lot of the iron bars because it takes 6 iron ingots to make an iron bar, and I don't use iron doors because they take, not only do they take iron to make 6 iron things to make a door, but they also require some sort of opening besides just, you know, pushing them open like a wooden door. You always have to have a lever or some sort of thing like a button, or if you want to get really fancy, a full-out redstone contraption. And I guess I can use gravel to get down. It's fairly handy to have gravel on you for this sort of thing. Okay, I'll leave that gravel there so I know where to go, get back up. I'm really liking this cave and ravine system. I'm not a big fan of ravines because enemies can fall down on your head from on top, but I do like that caves in this particular system are intertwined with it. I think as far as just straight up mining goes, mining shafts and all that, you really don't get the benefits that you do from caving unless you're going for things like diamond. And even then, it's just a matter of finding a cave that goes deep enough to be at the diamond level. And then usually, you know, it's not too difficult to find diamond even in a cave system. It's still not going to be as efficient as straight up mining, but at the same time it's not going to be that difficult. And as it is, the way diamond, especially diamond swords, have been affected by the changes, where it takes like 3 hits now to kill something with a diamond sword versus the 2 and whatnot. It's almost to the point where an iron sword's going to suffice and do pretty much exactly the same sort of thing, especially if you're into using criticals and stuff. And you know, for me personally, with as strong as iron armor and stuff is going to be, or is, I should say, I don't use diamonds for armor or anything like that because iron's just more efficient, more available, more accessible. So really, the only use I'm going to have for diamond, for the most part, is going to be for diamond picks, mainly for obsidian, but just for the usefulness of diamond picks in general. And what else do I want to say? for things like, you know, the occasional jukebox that requires a diamond, or that sort of thing, where it's these weird sort of offbeat uses for diamond that I'll probably make the most use out of. Depending on how much diamond I get over the course of this world, I may use it just for tools or whatever, because like a diamond axe, a regular wood axe, would last me a fairly long time, unless I just went, you know, all out tree chopping crazy sometime. But generally speaking, you don't go chop a whole lot of trees in any one time unless you're like making a gigantic wood structure or something. But just for everyday use, a minimal amount of wood is necessary for tools and whatnot. So anyways, back this way. I've kind of gotten into the resource gathering mode now, even though I was going to still light up the caves, but that's alright. Might as well gather what resources again. See, we already have nearly a stack of iron as it is, and there's plenty more left to get. So we're going to have a lot here fairly easily and quickly, all things considered. A lot of resources. And we'd probably have them, I'm sure we're going to have them much faster than we would straight up mining. And it's more interesting for you guys because, you know, around every little corner I could end up dying. Especially from those stupid creepers. And I'm not trying to put down mining, because I know a lot of Minecrafters are into mining. They're not big on the spelunking for the reasons that I am big on the spelunking. They're not big on the tension involved in the combat, on the suspense of turning around a corner and possibly running into a creeper or skeleton or whatever. And I actually find that kind of fun. I mean, I find it don't get me wrong, I find it, you know, as stressful and tense as anybody else, really, but in a way it's kind of fun and interesting. It also lends itself to the idea that you're earning your resources, and I've talked about this before.